We just got slapped with a code violation from the city, and I'm going to tell you exactly what happened and what we did to remedy it. So in our jurisdiction, like many others across the country, violations are complaint driven, and that's what happened here. We had a neighbor that walks up and down the sidewalk every day. They called the city, they made a formal complaint about our sign. And being in development and really digging deep into clear and objective standards, I called the city and I said, hey, can I do a public records request? I would love to see who filed the complaint. I would love to just call my neighbor and say, hey, I'm so sorry if it was bothering you. Like, I'll come take it down. I want to be a good neighbor. This is not a dig to the neighbor. This is definitely not a dig to the city. The departments down there are great. But the city responded back right away. They said, hey, we're sorry. We can't release the information due to this state law. So my next question was, can you send me the standard? And sure enough, they were right on. I read the ORS and it clearly protects the complainant's anonymity. So I was on my way over here today to take the sign down, and it was bugging me just a little bit, enough that I pulled over and I spent about an hour and a half reading the whole section of the ordinance. And in our city ordinance, we have a whole chapter about signage. And in the signage chapter, after reading the whole thing, I found this little paragraph that was exceptions to the standard. And it turns out in residential zones, you can have up to 2 signs as long as they're less than 2 square feet in size. So our standard sign is about 2.5 square feet, and it wasn't gonna. I cut them down. So now that this one sign here is less than 2 square feet, these are separate. This smaller sign is about 1 square foot. So now we're in compliance. The only other standard we had to meet, because we're within 10 feet of a driveway, is it couldn't be any taller than 2.5 feet. And that's not off the ground, it's off the crown of the curb. So we put up some string lines and used the level, and turns out I had to cut about 6 inches off of the frame. So now we're able to comply. This is not like pushback to my neighbor. I want to be a good neighbor. The point I'm trying to make here is you have to understand the code, not just little snippets here and there. Read the applicability section, read the definitions, ask better questions. I'm wrong all the time, but I'm definitely wrong when I don't ask a question. Every question we don't ask is a no. Now this sign is going to live here for a long time in full compliance just because we knew how to read and interpret the code. And of course, we got to make sure this bad boy is perfectly level. Just like that. Bam.